This film is 2 hours and 66 minutes of it is just a close-up of your face and you're very stressed for the entire thing. Mm-hmm. Was this like the most grueling role that you've ever had?
Yeah, definitely. Brand new stuff to get used to, like having the camera that close on my face all the time. Sorry, I thought I saw a ghost in that window, but we're good.
Are you sure you're feeling okay after this film? Jennifer Lawrence stars in Darren Aronofsky's new divisive film, Mother. The disturbing psychological horror centres around a woman competing for the love and attention of her husband, a self-important older male artist who's struggling for inspiration.
What brings you to us?
Well, they told me I could find a room here.
He thought we were at a bed and breakfast.
He's a stranger.
Hello.
You're insane. God help you.
So I've heard that you don't like lying. So with that in mind,
oh God,
what's your worst junket question?
What drew you to the script?
Oh shit.
It's the best question. It's just the most asked.
That is on my list.
That is
so I'm
on
just
your
gonna
list.
take that one off. What made you want to work with Darren Aronofsky?
I just think he's such an original. There's no one really like him. His ideas are so unique. So when I heard he had something, I wanted to meet with him right away. And he didn't have a script. He just had these ideas floating in his head. And then, you know, in 5 days, he wrote it. And I read the script. I threw it across the room. I told him he had severe psychological problems, but it's a masterpiece. I said yes before I read the script.
How did he pitch it to you?
There wasn't really a pitch. He was just started describing these ideas, and that ended up shaping itself into a relationship and a house.
Why don't you want kids?
Excuse me?
You know, you're not going to be so young forever. Have kids. And you'll be creating something together. That's what keeps the marriage going. This is all just setting. Oh, you do want them.
Did you have the kind of Black Swan, Natalie Portman idea in your mind that you were going to have to prep that kind of hard for something?
No, it was, you know, for me, it was, my preparation was really just, I didn't know who this person was. I just didn't recognize any of myself in this character. So it was kind of just, who is she? What does she sound like? Every time I'd say a line out loud, it just didn't sound like me. So it was really just kind of creating this character from scratch, which I've never done before, and it was challenging and exciting.
I was going to say, because we don't really get, as an audience, any backstory, and you don't have that much dialogue, so how did you go about the process of developing that character?
It's just kind of feeling. Weirdly, costumes have a lot to do with it. You know, you start feeling what she wears, and that kind of starts giving you an idea of who she is. And she just kind of like arrived one day. I mean, too late. We had already rehearsed for 3 months. I think Darren was like, this is not going to work. And right before we started shooting, it was like she just arrived. And I knew what she sounded like. I knew what she walked like. And off we went. Were you panicking at all before you got to that point? Oh, yes. Yeah, because everything I'd say out loud just sounded wrong. We were just so different, you know. I was just afraid I was miscast. Did you were you talking to your friends and family? No, normally when I go into panic, I pull it really deep inside and bury it, and then have nightly anxiety attacks. Healthy. Yeah. I don't want to burden someone with an anxious phone call. So what did you do to kind of chill out and keep yourself in like a good emotional... I had no choice but to make a Kardashian tent on set and make a place with gumballs and where Kardashians were playing 24/7. I ended up never going into the tent because the first take I passed out, and then I tore my diaphragm, and I was just on oxygen. So the Kardashian tent ended up not being strong enough. Oh my God. I think I needed the actual Kardashians to be there. Yeah, that sounds... Next time I do a movie. You want to direct as well? Yeah, one day. I think so. But right now I'm just like kind of absorbing. I'm just learning. I'm also still exploring. I think, you know, when I said that, it was a couple years ago and it was before Mother. And I think that I must have been at this place where I was like, okay, like I've done this. I think, you know, I get it, you know, and it wasn't until Mother came along that I was like, oh my God, I have so much more to do with it. Like so many more places to go and so many more directors to learn from and characters to explore. And
What would a Jennifer Lawrence movie look like if you were directing it?
I have no idea. Candyland, the Kardashians.
That sounds really great.
I'm totally kidding.
Well, thanks so much for chatting.
Thank you.